Okay. All right. Hey, Rudix, how are you, man? All right. So let's just setting up a little bit. I need to start a few things, so just a few moments. Migrate, upgrade head. Spreetail? What's spreetail? Attribute error. Language. All right. So that's oh, I see what I need to do here. I actually need to do that off screen. Just 1 second. I'll look into that in a second. Just I need to do something off screen. Because it contains a secret. So just 1 second. All right. Okay, so you're asking Spreetail. Let's see, Spreetail. What do they do? Oh, they're dude, Hardpass. How long have you been looking for a job? I mean, it's I don't know, man. I mean, it seems like either you've been looking for a while, or you're just looking into like a lot of companies. You know, like how what are you up to, man? Um, dum dum dum. Yeah, they look. You know, I don't know what they do though. You know. Oh, it's a shop. Got it. It's retail. Good people. What they do? E-commerce company. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey Bob. Uh, Bob the noob. Hello. Where you haven't seen the stream ever? Like it's your first time looking at the stream, Bob. That's interesting. Um, all right. So then let's go here. And now upgrade head should work. Right. Yeah, upgrade head works. And dum 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 dum. Cool. Bob the noob is following. Thank you. Oh, you've been on the Omatom chat. Yeah, yeah. Greg is a cool dude. I hang out there quite a bit. Although he's not listening to me, but you know I still hang out there. um, okay, so what do we need to do today? Let me pull out my to-do list. Here it is. Here. And we will go and run our server here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Run server. And Swagger. Yeah, pet store. That's the one. And I will look into my Swagger definition for just one moment. So let's bring up the server. And then API v1 Swagger. And copy this into the UI here and explore. And what I want to look at is view prompt request. No. I have a change log or prompt change event. Yeah, this one. So this one for the prompt change event. So if I try that out and I execute that, then what I get is just an empty list, which is you know totally reasonable. And what I'm going to do now is first let's go. What do we have here? Yarn. Yeah, so let's do yarn. And what I'm going to do, so let's tmux new session -s Athena, is develop the API using Python and the client using React and Redux, and I'm gonna develop those in parallel. And before I forget, let me edit the chat commands because I always forget. So let's go to where is it? I always commands. Come on. There it is, chat commands. I don't know. I never talked to a recruiter and never accepted a DocuSign offer, so I have no idea. All right. Today, I am working on a Python API and adding a client side to it using an application written in JS, React, Redux. AMA in chat as always. Cool. Submit. So I don't know Hardbuzz. I'm sorry. I just have no idea. Okay, so that is it. And now let's go here and yarns. Before we do that, let's go to common.json. And we have this one in athena.json. So we have override login, and I don't want to override the login. And if I go to Athena dev and configs common.json, and we have this client ID. So let's copy this here. And this is the client ID. And the connection, OpenID and email, everything looks good. And then for the GraphQL, I actually want to take this. Do I? Oh, damn it! I don't want that. I'm not sure I want that. But if I don't have that, then I'm not going to be able to test. Hey, Blackburn, how are you? Then I'm not going to be able to test this end to end. I want to test this end to end. Let me think here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to try to run this here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try. Well, that's not going to be easy. Anyway, so let's go here. I need to make the API gateway work here. Node -- version. And we have 8.4.0. What is the latest version of the long-term sustain? Yeah, so it's 8.9.0. So brew install node version. Let's see what we have. Yeah. So let's do that. Brew install node and 8.9.1. All right, so let's do that. So Dodona here works on 5422. Okay. Okay. Why don't I have 8.9.1? Wait. So which node? User local B node. So if I do brew install node, which version am I going to end up with? 891 is already installed. Okay. What? Node dash dash version. So brew link node. Node dash dash version. Could not symlink B node. Target user local B node already exists. You may want to remove it. Or brew link dash dash overwrite node. Node dash V. So we have 8.9.1. Okay, great. So if I go here now, then I have a yarn. I do. So let's do yarn. Wait, node dash V. Yeah. All right. So let's do a yarn here and install. Let's remove node modules first, and then we're gonna install all the fresh packages. So we'll get everything brand new. So let's exit here and cd into sticks here. Sync this. Wait. Git stash or cp .env and git checkout, and then git sync. All right, cool. So here node v and yarn. All right, so let's go ahead and install all of the dependencies on node 8.9.1. All right. Why does this install React Toolbox? This is odd. Okay, this is pretty odd, but let's try. One thing I need is to put something here as the secret. Here, just 1 second. Just 1 second. I'm doing it off the screen because it's a secret, and I definitely don't want to have secrets there. Okay, so let's have that and that here, and then we'll have this and this. And then I want this here. And that. All right. So now if I do source.env, yeah. And what do I have? Cat package.json. Do I have like start? Start, yeah. Yarn start. Throw error. Cannot find modules. Sticks index.js. What? 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 Sticks index.js. All right, so that's here. And if I go to package.json and I hit start, then I have node index.js. And this seems, oh, it's local. Okay. Congratulations. All right, so then I'll have a yarn local. What does this do? Starting Babel node. All right, so we have something running. If we go to localhost 3002, we get sticks. And if I go to /API/health, then I get that. All right. So now, if I install, all right. So prpsped prepsed, the editor I'm using. And while you are here, because you are not the first and likely not the last to ask me that, let me add that new command, and then we'll add that editor. And then we'll have Avi is using Vim and Tmux purely in the terminal. I term 2 as the terminal on OS X. The color scheme is, I don't know, let's see. What is the color scheme? Color scheme is 1 dark. 1 dark for Vim and Atom for iTerm. The font is Fira code. Cancel dev dot files. Right. And then we'll put that here. You can see the dot files here and the Vim settings here. All right. So then editor. Yeah. There you go. And yeah, taking the time. So so the next person will have an easier time. Okay. All right. So now this is here. So if I go and I hit yarn start here and I go to localhost 9001, I don't know what this is. We'll see. Sure thing, man. 100%. My pleasure. All right. So then we'll do that. And when we refresh, let's do inspect. I don't know what's that. We'll see that. Oh, this is just This is just stupid. Console. So what do we have here? Let's go to the network and see what we have. So project brief is, oh, it's giving us a 401. All right. It is giving us a 401 and the response is unauthorized, which means if we go to the header, we see authorization, and we do see a token. So why is this not giving us an authorization? All right, just 1 second. Oh, I see why. Okay, so let's do this again and yarn start or yarn local. All right. So I think this should be good now. And if you refresh here, we'll see this. Then we'll still get a 401. Dum dum dum. Oh yeah, I see why. Sorry about that again. And then just 1 second. And then source.env and yarn local. Oh, we also need the domain. So let's see domain here. And I need to take the domain. I'm sorry, I'm doing some Grizzly Wombat. Thank you for the follow. I'm doing some setting off the screens because they're authentication settings. So I can't just like show them, but I assure you it's just like copy pasting and things like that. So nothing really, super interesting. You're not losing out on education, just so you'll know. All right, so then we are here and let's hit refresh. And oh man, why is it still giving me a 401? It shouldn't. Auth0 domain. It definitely should not give me a 401. And local. So definitely shouldn't give me a 401. All right, let's see where we are now. Let's refresh here. It still gives us a 401. That is not very good. Do we have a log? I don't see one. All right, let's go again. So here we have this, and then we have the secret too. So we do have the environment, we do have the domain, we do have the secret. Oh, I see here. So this is the domain. And let's hope that this is the end of it. Source.env and yarn local. And let's hope. Hey, Antrim, how are you? Okay. Refresh. Let's hope. Oh, man, GraphQL. Still giving me a 401. Why? I think Java is solid. I think it's irrelevant for a lot of things, but I think it's solid. Well, this is annoying. Am I still missing things here? Let's refresh. No, I'm still getting a 401. Dum dum dum. Why am I getting a 401? Dum dum dum. Just 1 second. All right. So I wonder why am I not seeing this? So I get let me think here. So the environment is dev. I have all the settings that I need for dev. And it's still not working. So let me think here. So we have the auth 0 and okay. I'm gonna need to look into this. So let me open this up, and then this is auth 0 index, and here we have this. So let's let's see where the domain is. So domain is config environment auth 0 domain. So we can do console.log for the domain here. All right, and then this should be R256. So it should fall into this. And we can actually do like console.log alg here as well. And then let's do yarn local to see where we fall. All right. So then we are here and we'll refresh and then we'll look at this. And yeah, we are at oh, wait a second. Why are we at HS256? We should be definitely at R. But even if we are here, we should still validate this. Okay. So then we are here, which means we have a secret key. And I do have that. And I can actually put the secret to have something else. So secret here. And then dum. So let's do source.env here. Okay, and then let me just make sure here off the screen. Here. And then we'll echo this. Oh. Wait, what? What? Okay, now I think I know why. Oh, wait. What? Oh, I see why. Oh man. Okay. Okay. So then let's exit this. Oh my god, I had like two folders with the same name, one in code and one in like under the company name. So I think here I'm under yeah. All right. So then if I go to sticks here and I go to PWD, now I'm in the right folder. Okay. So then rm-rf node modules. Oh my god, this is so crazy. All right, so then that will be better now. Oh my god. All right, so do we have node modules? We don't. Node version is 891, and if I do yarn, it will install all of the dependencies. And we can how is this possible that it's so fast? Oh, because it's yarn. Okay. So then I'll do source.env and yarn local. And if I go and hit refresh here, then I still see something. Okay, so 204 and then 400. And we get a gateway error. Query type, did you mean contract? Cannot query field content on type query type. Yep, that's because I didn't sync this. Because I'm stupid. And then yarn. My god. Yeah, yarn is super fast. Yarn local. And now when we refresh, we should definitely see that because we already got past that in the previous error. So then let's refresh, wait for this, and we see this pending. And once this happens, then everything works. Woohoo! All right, so then here, everything works. And dum. Okay. Right. So now we're starting. Hey Ridari, how are you? How are you? Okay. So um so now we have the gateway running, and we have the client running. And what I can do is I can start doing things. So if I go and I update the header to additional information with this and I save, then I should get a 200. And then if I information with this, then I should get the save. And then if I hit refresh, then I get that. And if I go here and I say prompt change event, then I should see, well, I don't. So why don't I? Let's think. Oh, I know why. Okay, now I know why. So Dodona. Yep. I see why. So why did it return? Why did this return? Anyway, so this shouldn't have returned 200. wait. So here, where did this go to GraphQL? Did it go to localhost? It did. So where did localhost go to? How did this return 200? 5422. All right, so then here, and let's rerun this. Source.env and yarn local. How did this return 200? This is weird, and it should definitely not return 200. But let's see now. So now if I go here, then, and I do this, then we get, oh, key error fact type. What? Okay. Yeah, something is failing and it's still passing here on the client, which is not good already, but it's not currently the problem that I'm facing. So let's see additional information. So let's not see additional information. Let's see capabilities. Let's see to suit this. And do we get the same issue? Oh, we get it 200, but the 200 is errors, which is a gateway error. I see. Okay, so it's saying that type 500, validation resource, post load fact type, self.context fact type. It's telling me that it doesn't have this key. All right, so then let's look at validation resources. And then fact type. So here, let's do blame. And this was a long time ago, so something is definitely off. So it's probably that the context is just not getting through correctly. All right, so then let's look at this. We have the same thing with fact type with the wrap function. So this is coming through through a decorator. Yeah, and it is with the post load here. Okay. So then here we'll have that. So where is the issue? So here the fact. Okay, so I think something is off. So let's try and load this. It loads, and if I do professional experience here and I save, then it's the same thing. All right, let me see something here. Oh, you know what I think? Okay. I actually think that this is because of the node version that's coming through. But I do see this put request, which is coming in. So the put request is coming to the right place. Hey, Slayer Darth. So the put request is coming to the right place. The question is whether the params are coming in correctly. And I don't see a reason why it won't. So fact validation type. Yeah, I don't see a reason why it won't, but still, let's see what's going on. Okay. So I wonder. So I wonder whether this is due to the fact that Stix is not passing this correctly. Or is it? So I'm seeing service, 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 service data, object, service data, content version ID, service data, prompt, context ID, and I do see the validation. And I see this. And do we get a fact type here? So I don't see a fact type, but I'm not sure whether this is an issue with the service or not. So let me try and take this here. So where is this ID? Here. So this ID is here with this put request. Okay, so then here. This is the version. All right. So then let's go to the Swagger, and this is a prompt for put. So let's try this out. And then the prompt ID will be this. And I wonder, yeah, this is too much. Let me see here whether I can take this. There. Updated by, so I see this here. Yep, that's the one. Okay, so then let's take this and put this here. I'm on localhost, right? So is this a valid JSON? Let's see if it's a valid JSON. Right, so then let's validate, and it's valid. So we can go to the Swagger UI and then execute. Why is this? Oh, here. Okay, so we have this, and it's the same thing. It is the same thing. Self.context fact type. Okay. What next? What next? How can I verify this? Let's do this. So let's print self.context. And then let's execute this again. Okay, so yeah, we have a fact type. So what the fuck? And did it pass now? Look, what? Are you serious with me? You're not serious with me right now. So let's close this. Let's close this. And here we have this change request, which is great. But how come now it's working and before it didn't work? I mean, I'm not tripping here. I mean, it literally didn't work a second ago. So let's clear here and clear here and put this like experience 1 and save. And I'm seeing this pending. And then now this is working. What? And then here I should have 2, and I do. Okay. I mean, I'm not tripping. You guys are seeing this too, right? I literally changed nothing. I added a print, and then it's suddenly working. I mean, what? Are you guys seeing this? All right. Anyway. So let's remove this print. and will it fail now? And then Let's save this. No, we didn't. Okay. So then here we should have 3. We do. Okay. I'm lost. Like, what is going on? All right. So now, now we have 3 changes. Okay. So now after 46 minutes of just setting up, I can start. Wait, just 1 second. Fucking phone commercials, man. All the spammers. So now we can add this grouping. And this grouping is not very complicated, but here's what I need, right? So I have an ID, which is just a UUID v4. And this ID is connected to a model called prompt, and the prompt has a goal, and it has something called a prompt context ID. What I want is basically to group by these two. So we want to group by these two, which will identify a change to a more substantial object, and then we want to group all of the changes under a single entity, which will require some SQL and some SQL alchemy in Python. So that's basically what we want to do right now. But I am thinking that maybe I'm going to do this first. I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. So this will require adding a schema to GraphQL and adding some context to the API gateway. So it will require some Node.js and some Python. And this is probably just Python. And then this is probably just Python. So we can, Python. And then here, this is Python and Node.js. And we can put the created at here. And, well, you know what? Let's do the created at here. And put that here. That's not how this works. Okay. Okay. And I think that's basically it. And I'm to be honest, I'm inclined to do this first, because this will be basically to adding a React, Apollo client component, Redux, state, some HTML, some CSS, maybe adding the schema to GraphQL, and so on. So I think this has more, kind of meat on the bone to what you will want to see. But, I'm like, I can go either way. I need to do all of these, so, I can go either way. So it really depends on what you want to see more. So if you have, some input, let me know in the chat. But anyway, now this is working. So I don't know what that was or why it was, but right now this is working. And I don't know where all these where did all of these come from? So load access token. What is this? Who wrote this? Did I wrote this? Did I write this? No, I didn't. 13.9. All right. So why is this expected indentation of 2 spaces but found 4? Oh, I see. So this is expected indentation of 2? I don't think so. Really? So system store reducer. No, I think this is just missing an ESLint. So code CP. Where do we have an ESLint RC? Vim sticks. Let's see, sticks here. So here, do we have an ESLint RC? We probably have one. And this will be indent 4. Okay. And do we have that in the cookie cutter? Cookie cutter React app. Do we have an ESLint RC here? Let me see 1 second. Is GitHub down, by the way? I mean, it's just not loading for me right now. I think GitHub is down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure GitHub is down. Okay. So then here, we don't have, oh, we do have an ESLint RC YAML. Yeah, so why is this 2? This should have been 4. Okay. So now, I think this should be good. I don't know why this is okay, so now it's green. Yeah, okay. So I don't know why this was local, the local change. I don't know. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do the grouping there. And let me think here. So we need, okay, let me look at this for a second. So here, this gives us an action, which is an update, gives us a created at, gives us an ID, and then gives us a prompt ID. And this prompt is linked to the prompts table. And then if I look at this prompt, so here, not this one, here. So then here, and then prompt, and then this ID without this. So this will have a goal, and then it will have a prompt context ID. And what I want is to basically have a group of that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started there. Before I go ahead and get started, let me open this here. This is a task or a story. All right. Okay, so then just 1 second. What am I missing? Oh, here. Cool. Right, so then here, and then gong start. My friendly Kraken is asking, how do I become a successful backend software engineer? You just train a lot and hard. You just continue developing yourself all the time. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, to be honest. It just like you need to put in the work. You need to put in the work and you need to put in the effort to making it happen. Nobody's just gonna give it to you and say, "Here, you're a successful software engineer. You're making 150 large." But if you work hard and you climb up the ladder, then and you pay your dues. Nobody has the right to tell you no. It's like it's gonna be yours. Okay. So then we have that. And what then? Let me grab a drink just 1 second. Excuse me. Thank you. All right. All right, so I think I'm gonna need to create this on the back end first. So let's think about this. And if we have a prompt change event. Hey Pixel, how are you? Resources. Then we'll have this new one. Then we'll have a search one, which will have a mean date and a max date. And then we will have, all right, so we'll have this one and this one and this one. Okay. So let's go ahead and create a Dodona resources, a grouped change. Oh, Thanksgiving was good. I actually worked on Thanksgiving itself. So Thursday and Friday I worked. Completely my choice. Nobody forced me to. And I took the beginning of the week off. So I took basically Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off. We went down to LA with the kids and went for a visit in Universal Studios. Yeah, had fun. Just like solid family time, and we had a ton of fun. It was hard to come back. So had a great Thanksgiving. I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving itself, but I mean, I had a great vacation with the family. How was yours, by the way? I don't remember. Do you have kids or not? I don't remember. I don't think I ever knew, but so I wonder whether to call this a change log or to call this a grouped prompt change event. Yeah, 2 kids. Oh, 8 and 6. That's pretty cool. Mine are 8 and 6 too. Turning 8 and turning 6 in a couple months. My daughter is turning 8 in 6 days, 7 days, and my son is turning 6 at the end of January, so turning 8 and turning 6, and I have a 2-year-old. All right, so then where are we? So I'm wondering what to call this. I wonder whether to call this a change log or to call this an editorial log, or I don't know. So let's call this a Dodona resources and call this an editorial log resource .py. All right, and then let's copy this and put that here. Log resource. The editorial log resource is a syntactic. Is that how you spell syntactic? I don't think so. It's probably with an H. Syntactic. No. What? 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 Syntactic? What? No. Is a resource that groups. It is a good age. Sorry to interrupt your thought process. Just wanted to say hi. Going to listen in for a while I make dinner. Sure, man. You're not interrupting anything. Feel free. Why is this here? Reload. I hate it when it does that. You know, the Twitch API just like the OBS just like closes down the Twitch chat here. I don't know why it does that. It's pretty sucky. All right. Editorial log resource groups the change logs under a more usable and human readable log. It groups the changes by the goal and lets you know the context that got changed and who are the users that actually did the changes. All right, so then we'll have that. All right, so we have this pep8, and then we don't need this as a new prompt one, but we do need this. So search editorial log schema, which is going to be just a min date and a max date. And then we can here. So we'll have an editorial editorial, what did I call it? An editorial change? Yeah. Ma. It's here. What do you need? No. What did I call this? Echo here. Editorial log. All right. So then this is an editorial log schema, which is really just a schema. And then this is removed. This is removed. And we don't need this enum field, and we don't need this one, and we don't need this one. All right. All right, cool. I'm actually not sure whether we want this as a page schema or not. I think we'll have a problem with this not being a page schema. But we'll see that in a second. Well, not in a second, but sometime. All right, so then this is this. What else do we need? We need a controller, and we need a CRUD operation. So let's go to grouped CRUD. And we'll have this as a search. All right. And then we'll have, let's copy this. And then we'll have that make dir -p src. Oh, don't. Is it controllers? No, it's routes. And then we're going to have an editorial log here. And then we're going to create a crud.py grouped goal to editorial log All right, so then here, this is going to be editorial log resource, and let's take the search editorial log schema, and then the grouped here. Okay, so then this is going to be editorial log CRUD routes. Okay, and then this is going to be this search, and this is going to be this response. All right. And let's go to routes init, and we're gonna go here. Well, I don't want the Marquez Q&A. I want the Dodona routes, and this is gonna be editorial log CRUD. Okay, and then in app.py, we are going to add the editorial log CRUD. And the editorial log controller. All right. So we have that, and we have that. And now in the grouped, so Dodona routes editorial, we're going to create a controller.py. All right. And then we'll have that. And what now? So then this is going to be the editorial log controller. I'm not sure we want this. And then this is going to be editorial log controller. All right. And what we will have is models. Then we'll have this, and we'll see that in a minute. All right, so then let's say that that's the case right now. Readable format. All right. So then here, this is editorial log, import editorial log. What? Editorial log model. Dodona models, editorial log model. Import editorial log. What's the issue? Let's see. Imported. Oh, it's imported by non-user. Right. So then let's make it used like so. And we need a store. So let's look here. So this is here. We have this search. We have this query. And then we have this filter. The filter accepts a search, a query, a queue. All right, let me think here for a second. So we need to group two tables. So if we look at this, let's open up Hostico, connect to Dodona, and let's refresh here. This one, prompt change event. We see this prompt ID change multiple times, right? So what we want is to select star from prompt change event. And when we execute this, we'll see that, right? So what we want, prompt ID, and let's inner join prompt on prompt.id equals to prompt ID. And then here we'll have prompt context, prompt context ID, prompt.goal, inner join prompt on this from and prompt. So let's execute this. Oh, here, I'm sorry. So this is, yeah, the order here is not that. Here. Okay, so now let's say we have that, and let's edit. Now, if we do that, oh man, why am I doing this? So prompt context ID, prompt.goal, and then prompt dot and let's group by prompt.goal and prompt context ID. So if we do that, we execute, we only see one. So this prompt context ID and this goal. And let's change this here. Sorry. So here, put the goal first and then the context. And execute. Right, so then we have this prompt context ID, and then we'll have this. And what we can also have is count of prompt.goal, and I think we should see like 3 here as number of edits. Right, so if we do that and we say number of edits is 3, and can we also do something like is it, how can I know there is a way to do that, but let me verify this. So join group by join columns PG SQL. I'm 100% aware that this is happening. Yeah, this one. All right. So then it's this one. And we'll have prompt come on, what is it called? Let's go here, prompt change event, user ID. All right, so then here, this here and this here, user ID. What? UUID? No, I said user ID. String ag does not exist. Oh, I don't have that? Why? Which version of Postgres am I running? Am I running a version that is pre-9? No way. No way. Yeah. So string ag. I know for a fact that this is true. String ag user ID. No function matches given name. It's telling me that array ag. So it seems like I'm not on the right version of Postgres. Which pgctl and then pgctl dash dash help. Let's see what we have here. Pgctl start status whatever. Let's do status. Which pgctl? Where is the pgctl there? All right, so then this one. Here, this. Do we have like a version? Permission denied. Let's do sudo here. Command not found. Opa, there it is. PG version. And I am on 9.6. So if I'm on 9.6, how come array ag isn't here? Function array ag does not exist. Okay, yeah, it's I have version 9. Oh, it's UUID. Okay. So if I do that, all right. So that's what I think the issue is. Yeah. Okay. So character varying. All right. So then I need that as a string. Yeah. So UUID to string PG SQL. Yeah, if I do cast, I don't know. Array ag UUID. So let's check that. Input values including nulls. So we have this. I don't see anything in the documentation that says on the UUID. But yeah, I think this user ID is a UUID, and that's why this is not working. Array ag UUID and unknown isn't working. how can I check this? So it doesn't seem like this is this is an easy one. Not here. Yeah. Yeah, I can't really find this. So if I do that, and put that here, and then this is user ID, and I order by created at, and execute. Order by prompt. Prompt change event dot. All right. Look at this, right? So then now I have the users that actually changed it, which is awesome. And that's pretty cool. So basically I need to take this and I need to Pythonize this. Okay. So let us go ahead and do that. That was a nice sequel. You know, I'm not gonna lie, that was a nice one. But if we look at the models and editorial log, so here we'll have a goal, we'll have a prompt context ID, we'll have the number of edits, and we'll have editing users, or users, I don't know, editing users. So we'll have the goal, we'll have the prompt context ID, we'll have the number of edits, and we'll have the editing users. Awesome. Awesome. So now, let me think. So now, Dodona run server should work. Well, we don't have a store. Okay. So this is editorial log, and editorial log CRUD here. So this is configure editorial log CRUD routes, and then this is going to be editorial log controller. And let's run the server again, and it should fail on us not having the store, but only when we hit that. So if we go and we regenerate this, then we should now have an editorial log, and we do, and we have a get for that. But when we go to try it out, it should horribly fail, and it does, because we don't have a store. And we also don't have a content version ID, so we don't really care about that. So editorial log controller inherits from version element base, and if we take that, so routes base, that inherits from CRUD store adapter, and this is what we need to inherit from, and not from the version element base. So then we'll have that, and this is from CRUD store adapter, and now this should not even try to accept a version ID. So let's do that. And here, so let's copy this into here with Swagger. And when we explore API v1 Swagger, why is it not? Oh, version element controller is not defined. What? Who cares that it's not defined? Run server. Right. So then explore. Let's let it load. Loading, loading, loading. All right, cool. So now the editorial log will have a max date, a min date, an offset, a prompt ID, and a user ID, which most of it is not really necessary. So let's go ahead and fix that. Editorial log resources. We don't need a prompt ID. We don't need a user ID. We only need a min date and a max date. And here, what we will have is we'll have a goal, which is going to be a fields.string, right? I think so. And then we'll have a number of edits, which is going to be a field.number. And the attribute is going to be a number of edits. And then we'll have editing users, which is going to be editing users, and it's going to be a string. And then we will also have the prompt context ID. So let's have that, the prompt context ID, which is going to be the prompt dot context ID, and this is going to be a UUID. So let's do that. And now when we explore, we should get a brand new Swagger definition, which is a min date and max date. And then we'll have an editor, number of edits, goal, and everything we need, right? So we'll have editing users, we'll have a goal, we'll have a number of edits, and we will have a context ID. Awesome. So now we can start writing our stores. But before we do that, let's go stores init here. And then we'll have this editorial log store. And then we'll go to app.py. And here, line 12 up, we'll have the editorial store, editorial log, editorial log. And we don't need that. So this is going to be here. Editorial lol. Is anyone still here, by the way? I mean, I'm like doing things on my own, and I mean, I might be talking to an echo. Is anybody still here? Am I still like broadcasting? Oh, okay. Cool. I don't know. Your people are quiet, so I don't know. Okay, cool. All right, so then we'll have that editorial log store and editorial log store. And now if I try to run the server, it should fail because we don't have that, and that's okay. Grouped editorial log store. No, that's not what I want. So I want this, but it still will fail. So let's do that. Dodona stores editorial log store.py. And now it should errors not bound editorial log. All right, so then let's go do that. Grouped goals store. So here's what we'll need, right? So then let's go and copy this here. And then this will be the editorial log. And this will be the editorial log. And this will be here, editorial log. Awesome. So, what do we want now? First of all, we don't want this. Prompt store, we want it. We want it. I'm not sure we want it. I'm pretty sure we don't. Prompt change event store. Give me a second. My dog is barking. Let me see what's happening. All right, everything is fine. So yeah, I think what we want is the prompt change event store for this one. Self dot prompt change event store equals to graph dot prompt change event store. We don't need those. And then we want the query. And then we want all right, so let's do that. 1 second. And in terms of filter, all right, so let's start from scratch here. So I'm not sure first if we need anything super special here, but let's do that. Right. So then for our query, let's do that. Right. So then what we want is self, and I think that's about it. And then this is Python player, fine. And then what do we want here? So we want some kind of a combination of something like this here. And then prompt change event model, and we'll call this prompt change event, and then we'll also have the prompt model, and we'll do prompt. Okay, so now we are going to take the prompt change event dot query with entities, and then we are going to count by the prompt goal, and we are going to call this number of edits, and then we are going to take the prompt dot goal and the prompt dot prompt context ID, and we are going to group by prompt dot goal and prompt dot prompt context ID. Okay, and then for the search, we're going to have a self.query And for now, we're going to have an offset, a limit. We're going to have why is this here? A min date and a max date. And then here we're going to have a min date and a max date, a limit and an offset. Did I call this min data again? Okay, so min date. And then we are going to delete this. Order by prompt.goal, right? So then that's the order by. And then our filter. So in terms of filter, it's pretty much this. So let's take this and close that here and here. So we have a query. We don't have a prompt ID. We don't have a user ID. We only have min date and max date. And then we don't have a min here. And we don't have a user ID. Prompt change event created at equals min date, max date. And then we do that. I mean, it looks good to me. I don't think it will work, but I mean, it looks good. It shouldn't show us the number of the users right now, though. So let's check. It should only give us. Well, it failed. It failed. I don't know why. Required one position alert content version ID. Oh, I don't need the content version ID here. Self.query there. And then the filter there. Execute. So what's happening now? Now it's telling me another one. Execute. Content version ID. I don't see any more content version ID. Let's save this. Oh, I didn't save it. Okay. Content version ID, where? CRUD adapter. So, yeah. Oh. Let's see. Wherever you want. We store it in a JSON file settings. But really wherever you want. So then here, and well, let's see here. So where is it expecting the content version ID? It's definitely expecting it. I don't know where. Self.store.search. Okay, so then here, audit request. Is it in audit request? No. Yeah, I'm not sure. So it's in the CRUD adapter. And let's see if the editorial log controller, what does it do? So it's the CRUD store adapter. And then, oh, the grouped gold store. No, this should be the editorial log store. All right. Right, so then execute. Okay, so now min date and max date are not here. But I'm not sure they should be. Tutorial log store. Okay, so min date and max date shouldn't be here. And then here, there. So execute. All right, getting somewhere. Editorial log store has no attribute prompt change event. Prompt change event. So self.prompt change event. What? Editorial log store object has no attribute prompt store event. Self.prompt change event. Oh, there. Prompt change event. There. All right, so then execute. We should be getting better. Okay. Okay. So I just got a bug on Slack. So I might need to ditch here a little bit earlier than I wanted to. And we'll see how that goes. Okay. So let's refresh here. Something is messed up here. All right. By the way, I'm not sure if it's Twitch or anything like that, but I'm not seeing like dropping any frames or anything like that. But I don't know. It seems like the chat is disconnected, or I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so let's try and load this. Oh, it might hang. Could it been hanging? All right, let's see, explore. So if you go to a tutorial log and we say, let's try it out, and we execute, then this hangs. Or does it even do anything? Well, we can check. Right, so let's go here and then API v1 editorial log. Yeah, this hangs. Yeah, this hangs. Why? Why does this hang? So if we look at the query, we have a query something, right? Let's say we remove the filter. Okay, so let's say we remove this. And we refresh. Okay, so editorial log store object has no attribute filter. Okay, so then let's say that this is the query, just return all. And Then I think it's still, so prompt change event query, and then with entities, number of edits, prompt.goal, and prompt context ID, group by prompt.goal and prompt context ID. Do we? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I'm missing the. Yeah, I think I'm missing the goal here. So grouped goal store should have a join. This should have a join. So order has default. Yeah, so this should have a join. SQL alchemy join. Yeah, so it has a join. Why? I remember I had that. This here. Okay, so then here we should have a join with prompt, and then prompt.id equals to prompt change event dot prompt ID. Okay. So this, I think, just swallowed the error. Can join table selectable prompt to itself. So then, what? What? Prompt change event store. Just 1 second. So what is the issue right now? Can join selectable with itself. Why would it try? So this is prompt change event dot query. So this is the prompt change event. Oh, what? Super prompt change event store. Okay. Oh, did it crash? Seems like it did. Init takes no parameters. What? Oh, okay. Well, I don't need the base store. Okay. Come on. All right, I have to go take care of the a bug that just came to me on Slack. So I will say goodbye and see you maybe tomorrow. Peace.